This 26 Sports High School football presentation is being brought to you exclusively by Cadillac Casting Incorporated.
And welcome back, everyone, to the beginning of the game between the Cadillac Vikings and the Bay City John Glenn Bobcats. Kevin Gregory, along with Bill Dooley, bringing you the action on this beautiful Thursday evening. Kevin, you don't have too many places like this to watch a football game, do you?
This is absolutely beautiful. You know, we live here, so I didn't even think about it. But yes, we're looking over this beautiful football field on a 65-degree sunny night over beautiful Lake Cadillac. It really doesn't get much better than that.
And the Cadillac Marching High School Band just did a wonderful job with our national anthem. And the referees, our crew is from the UP, Kevin. I think we were talking about that before the game. They must have carpooled it down from all corners of the UP.
The Uper crew.
The Uper crew. We have Don Gustafson as our referee, Doug Inglis as our back judge, Rich Frazier, the umpire, Mark Giannuzio as the head linesman, and Eric Danielson as the line judge. Bay City John Glenn is coached by Coach Jeremy Werner, and the Vikings are by Cody Mallory. And we had a nice little chat with Coach before the game and talking about the victory last week against Big Rapids, and then they're employing their new triple option flexbone offense.
Yep, and hearing a little bit about that. You know, it's his second year. They want to definitely build on last year's, you know, not really what they were hoping for out of last year, but new offense this year. They kind of got a little tighter, a little inside the tackle stuff, and Bay City sounds like they're spreading it out a little bit this year, so a little bit of different styles today.
All right, the kick by John Glenn. Monville sends it deep and into the end zone for a touchback, and the Vikings will start on their own 20. Just underway here from Veterans Memorial Stadium. Happy to bring you this game on 26 Sports and CCTV.
Good job, Bill. That's new this year. Way to leave it out.
All right. Cadillac will have just a slight breeze coming in from the northwest against them as they head north from the south side of the field.
Well, Keegan Brooks, quarterback for Cadillac, throwing 5 passes last week. Doesn't sound like the wind's going to play a factor in their offense.
Doesn't look so. They piled up almost 340 yards on the ground. We had a almost a give up the middle to Flint. He'll squeeze out a yard on the play.
That was kind of the MO last week. You know, Connor Flint would hit him with a couple 5-yard bangers, then all of a sudden out of nowhere Dennison comes and hits him for the big gashes.
Yeah, he ripped off some long yardage in that last game. John Glenn has got a big defensive line too. Kevin will talk a little bit more about that as the game goes on. Timeout.
Looks like timeout Bay City.
John Glenn right off the bat.
Burning one early. Well, you know, it's not their first game, but I believe it's their first road game. I could be wrong about that.
Yep, it is their first road game. They started at home.
Working out the substitution jitters. That's going to happen early, and Coach opted to take a timeout instead of getting a bad situation.
And if you need to use them, you got 3 of them, you know. Don't want to have them sitting in your pocket at halftime. We were talking about some of the players on defense for John Glenn. We've got Tyler Lemire, who is a senior. He's one of their captains, 6'2", 275. Jonathan Hardy, number 73, 6'4", 255. Eli Dennis, 5'10", 240. So there's some bulk on that D line there.
6'2", 275. Bill, you and I together might make 275.
Vikings back in their set. Brooks with the hand up the middle.
Connor Flint
Another
again.
yard, yeah. Right off the right side. The Vikings with this flexbone triple option, a lot of times they will have one of their running backs in motion. And it's one of the plays where the quarterback is reading whether that dive is going to be open from his back right behind him. So he's got to see what that is going on there.
It's one thing about this offense. It's geared to chew up some clock when you're running ground game. If you can string a couple of first downs together, you put the defense on the field for about 5 minutes.
Over the middle, the pass caught down the middle of the field. That's Clayton McCarthy. He's at the 20, 15, 10. Touchdown!
Wow.
Cadillac strikes fast.
Wow. It's a 73-yard pass play right there. 10 in the air, 63 on the ground as he kept his distance between himself and the defenders. That's a good breakaway speed not to get caught from behind. 3rd and 6, they go up top, cash it in. Let's check out the replay here.
Vikings are going to kick. That's Gavin Daniels.
Beautiful play fake.
Daniels, there's a flag on the play. False start for the Vikes, so they'll march him back 5 yards.
It's a new feature for the 26 CCTV. We got the instant replay. That one wasn't exactly queued up the way we want it, but that's going to be a awesome feature here this year.
Spencer Fisher will be holding for Gavin Daniels on the extra point.
I think we got the right one queued up now.
There's a snap. It's down. The kick is up. No good. So the Vikings will settle for 6 points.
It's a great shot on that replay. All the way, never let the defender get him. That's good speed. A lot of times you see guys catch it from behind, but he kept his eyes downfield, didn't look behind him, was able to cash that in.
The running plays kind of set that one up too, Kevin, with a couple running plays up the middle and then quick slant over the middle. So the Vikings strike quickly here right off the bat, 6-0.
Clayton McCarthy.
Yeah. Now we'll see the spread offense from the Bobcats go to work. We want to thank the Wexford-Missaukee Intermediate School District for all of our camera people here tonight, digital media class, and just nice to have them here. They do an excellent job. We've got 3 camera locations for instant replays and different views on the field.
Makes it nice for us. Get a bunch of different angles, get that replay, talk about some stuff.
All right, 22 is going to be Caden Dennis kicking off for the Vikes. Dennis, the little pooch punt. Onside at the 50-yard line. I believe the Vikings have it. They do.
There you go. That definitely went 10 yards. That's the rule in the onside kick. Once that ball crosses the 10-yard mark, which is the 50-yard line because they kick off from the 40, that's a live ball. Cadillac gets to it before Bay City does. Their ball right at midfield.
Great call by Coach Mallory on that. And the Vikings all of a sudden are back on offense. Nice way to start the game for the Vikes. Did you get who recovered that?
I did not. I want to say Dennison, Kay Dennison, but I'm not quite sure on that.
All right. Keegan Brooks coming up to the line. The Vikings have 2 receivers out to the short side. Clayton McCarthy is spread out to the right side. Got Connor Flint behind. In motion is DeKreiger. The give is to Flint. No going there.
Up the middle, no room.
Christie was one of the tacklers on the play, Andrew Christie. He was very active in last week's game against the Freeland Falcons. Loss of a yard on the play, so it'll be 2nd down and 11. I'll call it 12 from right at midfield. In motion is DeKreiger. He takes the pitch. DeKreiger out to the right side, cuts the corner, 40, 35, 30, down the sideline. He's tripped up and inside the 20 to the 17, but there is a flag on the play.
A little laundry back there. They're calling
right.
for a hold.
That's going to come all the way back. A nice run there by Ryan DeKreiger. Good speed so far by the Vikings when they get out in the open.
Yeah, definitely not getting caught from behind. One of those things on that hold. You got to get your hands up inside those shoulder pads, and sometimes if you grab a little jersey, you're gonna get called for it. I didn't quite see who that was on.
I did not hear it. They'll march off 10 from the point of the hold. So that's going to bring the ball back to the 36-yard line of the Vikings.
Should be 2nd and 22.
Yep, not right on the scoreboard right here. There it is, 2nd down and 22. 9:39 to go here in the first quarter. Brooks holds on, out to Caden Dennis. Dennis with some room, spinning, breaks a couple tackles and rumbles down to the 42. Nice job by Caden Dennis.
Oh yeah, he got all that penalty back and then some. Going to put them in 3rd and manageable. That's a beautiful play call, great execution, good speed by Dennison.
Yeah, the Vikings are finding some success out wide on the defense.
My apologies, Caden Dennis. It's Caden Dennis, not Dennison. Sorry, man.
They're trying to stay away from that big front four of the Bobcats. There's another flag. Offside. Bobcats.
Now that must be a high school rule, and I'm going to admit.
I didn't see anybody lined up in the neutral zone, did you?
Yeah, there definitely was, but if the ball's not snapped and there's no contact, I thought you had an opportunity to get back onside. Apparently that's not the case in high school.
First down, Vikings!
But that'll move the chains. First down, Vikings. So doing exactly what they want to do here in the first quarter. They're eating clock. They're moving the ball. They're scoring points. Last year they lost 28-14 to Bay City, so clearly they're ready for a little revenge.
Okay, we got Huckle and McCarthy as the receivers. Interesting on the plays. A lot of times you'll see that, Kevin, with somebody start in motion, the play will stop. They'll go back to work.
Little misdirection.
Yep. Ryan DeKreiger is one of the backs, split out to the right. And the Vikings are going to take their first time out. A little bit of confusion there. So with 8:58 to go here in the first quarter, the Vikings are leading 6-0.
Well, they definitely got to be happy with the way things have going. Start the game. You get the big pass play, momentum shifter. Get the onside kick, momentum shifter. Then all of a sudden, got a penalty against you after you get stuffed at the line. You're in 2nd and a mile. Huge play to get all that chunk back. Penalty on Bay City. Now you're in 1st in good shape. So if you're Bay City, you're on the road. Things aren't going well for you right now. Cadillac did you a favor. If you're Bay City, they did you a favor by calling timeout right now. You need to regroup, focus, and start hitting it at the point of attack. So those big guys up front got to make a push here and kind of contain Cadillac's running game.
And the Bobcats have to, in the back of their mind, they're thinking Cadillac run, but that long pass for the touchdown, that's going to soften up that D a little bit. They can't stack it in the box at this point.
Yeah, that big hit early will definitely keep you on your toes.
All right, Flint. He's lined up in the backfield right behind Keegan Brooks. Ryan DeKreiger and Caden Dennis are we'll call them the A backs, on the wing position. DeKreiger, it's give us up the middle, fumble. Cadillac looks like they may have it. It is Cadillac ball. Nice job there. That was Keegan Brooks.
Yeah, it wasn't a clean exchange by any means between Brooks and DeKreiger there. And if you're fumbling the ball, run into the line, and there's a lot of meat. There's a lot of meat in between those tackles. Ball came loose. Fortunately for Cadillac, they were able to pounce on it.
So that's going to make it 2nd down and 13 on Cadillac's, or the Bobcat 42-yard line. In motion is DeKreiger. He'll take in the backfield, cuts up the middle. Nice move. He's got some space there, trying to be he's caught from behind, but what another great run by DeKreiger.
Yeah, it was. 2 things on that play. One, great vision to cut it back up inside, and beautiful lead blocks right there for Cadillac to open that hole up for him.
Yeah, on that offensive line for the Vikings, you've got Daniels and Troutner up there. Troutner looks like he's the center.
That was Cade Dennison and 81 Tommy Huckle blowing that play open with some good blocks on the outside.
Back in motion to Krieger. Got McCarthy, Clayton McCarthy split out to the right, and Tommy Huckle on the left. Dennis with the movement, keeping it, and that one is fumbled, picked up by the Bobcats, and we got a first turnover. That was 45. Andrew Christie for the Bobcats jumping on that loose ball.
Well, that's the momentum shift that they needed for sure. Keegan, I don't know, I didn't see, took a hit. I don't know if he had the ball tucked away or not. Ball came loose, and when you're the quarterback keeping it, there's no one behind you to pounce on that, so an easy recovery for Bay City. Just what the doctor ordered for them.
Yep, that stops the Viking drive, and right around the 32-yard line, the Bobcats will now try out their spread offense with Joe Blong, number 6. So both of our quarterbacks tonight are number 6. They feature in the backfield, it's the senior Kristen Valor, and he had a great game last week against Freeland.
Word on the street is he's something to watch, too.
Yep. Keeping the ball and going down in the backfield for a loss is Long. He was wrapped up there by, I think, number...
Josiah Campbell, 77.
Josiah Campbell.
Beautiful penetration. Great wrap-up, good open field tackle.
And Campbell had a really good week last week. He was in on 11 tackles and 2 sacks.
You go 6'2", 203 with some athleticism, you're going to get into some backfields.
All right, right from their own 30-yard line, we got 2nd down and 12 for the Bobcats. In the shotgun is Long. Looking out to the left, that pass is high, and then taking a hit was Monville.
That was read nicely by Caden Dennis on the outside. That's a long pass. When you go from the near hash to the far sideline, that's a lot of air under that ball. Gives the defense time to react. And
lucky that wasn't picked off
yeah.
as much time that was in the air.
Absolutely.
3rd down now and long. John Glenn looking a little bit out of sync, but this is their first series on offense. They got 2 receivers split out to the left. One back, and that's Valor. Here's a pitch to Valor. Trying to cut the outside. He gets a couple yards up to the 36.
Well, that was 3rd down, so it's about 4th and 5 or 6 on your own side of the field. You got to think punt in this situation.
Yep, Monville's coming in, so he's their kicker.
Well, if nothing else, they were able to stop the bleeding a little bit. It looks by all means like Cadillac was going to punch in their second one of the night. So big turnover. They didn't get any points out of it, but maybe they can change up field position a little bit.
Back for the Cadillac Vikings is McCarthy, 82. And I think that's 22, Caden Dennis. Monville with the punt right up the middle, nice and high, end over end. Taken there by Dennis, and he goes down after a couple right at the 35. So decent field position for the Vikings. A nice punt by Monville.
Yep.
6-0 Vikings here with 6:13 to go here in the first quarter. Kevin Gregory along with Bill Dooley bringing you the action on 26 Sports and CCTV. That sunlight right now, the refs are having trouble catching the ball from looking into that sun.
Sun sets a little quicker up at the UP. They're not used to all the sunlight, eh?
All right, the Vikings at their own 35 will take over. In motion is to Krieger. Right up the middle, no gain whatsoever. Piled up there by 44, that's Tyler Sank. Christie, Andrew Christie in on that also.
Well, I tell you, it's if you're Bay City, it's hard not to sell out for it's going to be a run on first down if you're playing Cadillac. But all of a sudden, do a little play action and you're going to get burned deep. So it's hard to stay home. So they're doing a great job of that so far, able to bottle Cadillac up on first downs.
Vikings have, looks like, trips to the left. In motion is Dennis. He'll take the toss. Dennis is caught and then brought down. Yes, he's brought down now. He was fighting there for a little bit, but he lost some yardage there, Kevin.
Oh, yeah. Big loss. It'll be 3rd and long on this one. Great pursuit to the ball by Bay City. Looked like he was going to break a tackle. Next thing you know, there's 3 other guys over there. Team effort to bring him down.
That one developed a little bit slowly, and there wasn't much chance for him to cut the corner. Now 3rd down and 18. There are not a lot of plays in the playbook for 3rd and 18.
No.
Brooks will go back. He's looking to pass out wide to Connor Flint. He's got it at the 40 and knocked out of bounds at the 47. Just a little shy of the 1st down.
2 yards shy. Decision time for Cadillac. You're about midfield. You got to decide what you want to do here. Take a little gamble on 4th down early in the ball game, 1st quarter, or try and pin them deep with a punt. Looks like they're going to go for it, Bill.
They're going for it. They may try and draw them off sides, and then if they don't get it, maybe call a timeout. We'll see what the ploy is here.
It's a great pass, by the way, on that 3rd and 18 by Brooks, right on the money to Flint.
Yeah, well-developed play. All right, the Vikings back. There's a keeper up the middle, and he is got it.
Quarterback keeper up the middle, good for 4. That's a 1st down, moving the chains.
And I think he followed Joe Troutner, the center, right up the middle. Troutner is one of the honorary captains. They actually carry 3 captains, and then each week they will choose a captain on a rotational basis.
Nice.
So Troutner, the center, plowed through the big guy.
Well, they rolled the dice a little bit on 4th and short, kind of momentum going their way, and paid off. I like it.
Yeah.
I like gambling.
All right, the Vikings back in action here. 1st down, give up the middle, and he's met there by 2 Bobcats. That was, once again, Christie, and 55 for Bay City.
Sean Mejia. Sean
Mejia.
Mejia.
Sean Mejia, number 55.
Telling you, 3rd quarter, I'm going to call it. I'm just making a prediction. 3rd quarter, 1st down every time has been up the middle, up the middle, up the middle, up the middle, fullback dive, fullback dive. 3rd quarter, they're going to throw a play action and go deep on one.
You heard it here first on 26 Sports and CCTV. Fumble, ball on the ground. Little pile there. Looks like the Bobcats might have it.
I think they do.
And they do. Getting up from the ground. Let's see who's got the ball.
77.
77, that's Lemire. Tyler Lemire, if that's who's got it. 73 was in the vicinity also.
Well, I'm not sure what happened on the exchange there, but that's definitely something Cadillac is going to want to clean up. They had a lot of momentum right there with the 4th down play, and something like that to happen. We'll see how their defense can respond and see if Bay City can get a little something going on offense, try and get a couple yards.
That's 2 big turnovers here in the 1st quarter for the Vikings, and that'll kill a drive in a hurry. 6-0, Vikings lead with 3:40 to go here in the 1st quarter. Joe Blong in the shotgun for the Bobcats. Right up the middle to Valor. Valor, number 8, takes a hit. He's got 3 Vikings, and he pulls them forward to the 42, and I think he's got a 1st down. Nice run.
That's a strong run, yeah. Yeah, bounced it outside, a little spin move, carry 3 guys for an extra 3 yards. I don't see him moving to change, so it might be 2nd and real short.
Yeah, we'll have to take a look here where they spot it.
Looks like they're taking a look. They're going to bring the chains in.
Let's get our camera people mentioned here on air. We have Taylor Burns. Taylor is on the south end of the field camera. We've got Rain Johnson Hill on the north end, and Wyatt Van Dunen is man in the main camera here right below us. In the van is Eric Wotilla directing, and Dakota Pike is doing our instant replay tonight. So great crew. And it's really exciting now with the technology. Eric was showing me, some of the replay, features on the new board he's got. Really, you can slow-mo too. So
nice.
That's something that fans don't get a chance to see very often.
Looks like they measured. Looks like they got the 1st down. So Bay City capitalizing off that turnover and getting to move the chains for the first time.
All right, John Glenn will have the ball on the Cadillac 38-yard line. Clock is running, 3.5 minutes to go. Joe Blong in the shotgun, high snap, gives it to Valor. Forward for maybe 2, and then the Vikings pile them up. Nice gang tackling there by the Vikes.
I know the Bobcats haven't been on the field much in the first quarter, and they're implementing that new spread offense this year. But I've seen more traditional sets, and right now they're lined up in your spread, but some more traditional sets out of them thus far. So looking for them to do some trickeration out of this.
They've got Eric Hanover, who had a great game, split out to the right. Watch for him to get into the action pretty soon here. Joe Long with the pass down, a little bit too far out in front of Valor. That's the brother of Kristen. That's Brandon Valor. We got brothers.
That was set up beautiful, and man, just a couple yards out of his reach. They had a big hit going to that corner of the end zone. Cadillac was beat on that one. Bay City just unable to capitalize.
All right, lining up kind of in a quick set here. They're staying with that shotgun. Here's a pass off to the right. Hanover has it. Hanover fights for another yard. He's down to the 26.
Going to be close.
Really close again. I think he's got it. Yep, they're moving the sticks. So Hanover, he was really active last week too against Freeland. They had a lot of long drives, but then they would stall or they had some fumbles. I mean, they did gain some yardage against a very good Freeland team.
They went Detroit Lions on you, moved it well between the 20s and stalled out, huh?
Yeah. Long gives it to Valor. Valor up the middle. Vikings cover that one well. 75. Looks like Jacob Kohani on that one, along with 22. Dennis in on it. Second and 7 from the 24. There's an interesting setup there with a kind of an I formation. Give to Valor, and he fights hard. He's going to be just short. Down to the 18 or 19. Good surge by the offensive line, Kevin.
Yeah, it's going to be a big play here. You know, if they don't get it on third down, this kind of field position, when you start talking about a 35-yard field goal in high school, not too many teams can pull that off. Occasionally you're going to see it, so you got to think 4-down territory.
Absolutely. Single back off to the right is Valor. Here's the option play, pitch to Valor. Valor doesn't have much going there, and the Vikings will knock him out of bounds and no gain.
And they covered that well. He had a hole. I thought they were going to make it easy, but Cadillac able to converge on that and hold him. Got a fourth downer here.
Yeah, Jared McDaniel had in on that one along with Dylan Satchel, and I think Terrence Taylor also.
Brings up fourth down.
All right, coming into the game is 44, Tyler Senk. He's going to line up on the right next to number 7, Eric Hanover. Under a minute to go here in the first quarter. The give is the keep. This time it's up the middle. That was right to the running back, Valor. No, I believe that one went right to Valor, not the quarterback.
Yeah, they picked it up, went for it, and got it. It's now 38 seconds to go in the first, and they're still driving.
Well, they may have to call a timeout here.
Not too big of a gamble there if you're Bay City. I mean, if you don't make it, Cadillac still push deep in their own zone. So,
kind of surprised, Kevin, they're letting this much time run off the clock when you're still 13-yard line. Long in the shotgun. Takes the ball, looking down the right side to Hanover. Hanover goes up, and there's a pass interference on Cadillac. That was Terrence Taylor.
Pretty easy call there.
Yeah.
You don't know where the ball's at. You got your hands on the guy. That's a pretty easy call.
He did not turn and locate the ball, and he just went right into the chest of Hanover. So that's a big break. It stops the clock, too, with 10 seconds to go.
That route was ran really well. That was that Brandon Valor again, and nice. I'm sorry, it wasn't. That's number 7.
That's Eric Hanover.
Nice touch from that quarterback. Put it up there where only his guy can get it, especially if Cadillac's not looking.
Well, and Terrence Taylor too. He's 5'7", so there's a definite height advantage for the Bobcats on that play. Now they are lined up at the 6-yard line. What do you do here? You're at 10 seconds to go. You could potentially, if you run a running play, you better get ready to call a timeout. So there's no backs. The back is pitched, and the Vikings sniff that one out and drop him for a loss in the backfield. That was number 20, Dylan Satchel. 3 seconds, 2, 1. Okay. They'll let it go and switch ends. Nice play by Dylan Satchel.
Yep, great play. That's the way they want to end the quarter.
All right, we are going to take a quick timeout, and we will be back with the second quarter action in just a moment. You're watching high school football action on 26 Sports and CCTV.